Do you want to know how obsessed we are with Lucifer? We're thinking about Season 6 while Season 5 still hasn't wrapped. Should we be worried? Meh, only time will tell. But for now, let's look at what's known for the time being. So here's Lucifer Season 6 first look. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Is Season 6 coming? You bet your sweet behind it is. Ever since that new trailer with the 666 hit Lucifer's Twitter account, we knew that Season 5 isn't going to be the end of it. If you check out their official renewal status, you'll see that the series has been renewed on June the 23rd, 2020. But this sixth season came out of the blue. After Fox canceled their contract after Season 4, the creators and the entire cast were shocked. Fans couldn't believe it, so they filed a petition and 100,000 people signed it. Netflix saw an opportunity and jumped on it. Lucifer got their fifth season, which they thought would be their last, but then, this summer, Netflix surprised us once more. The creators were a bit hesitant at first, but after careful consideration, they thought that an extra season would just enrich the show. Not to mention it was Season 6, the devil's favorite number. And yes, Season 6 is in the making. For some of the actors' social media profiles, we already know.
Is it weird for us to be friends?
No.
Who's going to be in it? Do we need to mention that Idli Modrovich and Joe Henderson will still be showrunners of Lucifer Season 6? Of course, we don't. We should instead be focusing on the actors that are going to be appearing on the screen alongside Tom Ellis as Lucifer. Speaking of the devil, Tom tweeted, "Utterly delighted and excited to get back alongside you both in front of and behind the camera." In the beginning of July, DB Woodside tweeted that he was going to be returning for Season 6 and he'll not only be taking on the role of Amenadiel, he would also be the director of one of these episodes. As for the others, Lauren German will still smash that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, she'll actually continue playing Chloe, Lesley-Ann Brandt will still take on the role of Maze, Rachael Harris will be Dr. Linda Martin, Amy Garcia will be returning for the role of Ella, Kevin Alejandro will be coming back as Officer Douchebag. Of course, Trixie will be part of the show, so we'll definitely be seeing more of Scarlett Estevez. But what about new additions? Oh, we're so glad you asked. Firstly, actor Scott Porter tweeted a photo with a Lucifer hat and announced that he'll be joining the show for Season 5B and 6. And if you've ever watched Friday Night Lights or Speed Racer, then you'll know who he is. The other additions include Chris Coy, who will assume the role of Alan, and Rob Zapke, who will be playing Horace Goldfinger. Plus, we've also heard that Mandy June Turpin from NCIS is going to be playing Dr. Jessica Lamotte. Marin Dungy will be taking on the role of Rania, while Brianna Hildebrandt will incarnate Rory.
I think we both know who's best at hunting down humans.
What you two idiots do now.
Has shooting started? It's nearly finished. You heard that right. The official production status of the show says that the final episode of the show is being shot, and the last update on the matter was posted on March the 17th, 2021. The pandemic screwed up a lot of plans and a lot of filming schedules, Lucifer being one of them. We thought that they would start filming Season 5B in the summer of 2020. Everything was postponed until October, but then on September 24th, 2020, they started filming Season 5B. Season 6 came right after it. On October the 6th, Joe Henderson tweeted that they've already started production on Season 6. While they were filming the show, the writers were busy coming up with interesting stories. Then, in late October, Idli Modrovich announced that all of the scripts were written. On January 16th, this is what Chris Rafferty, one of the writers on Lucifer's writing room, tweeted about the show. After these 6 years, I'm deeply honored to have written Lucifer's penultimate episode, and deeply satisfied this is the script I get to say goodbye to these characters with. To those panicking, you have no idea what this title means. Don't assume anything. Also, trust us. The last table read came in March of 2021, so everyone was emotional. Tom Ellis even tweeted that something got in his eye, and that's why he's choking up. Then on March the 17th, Modrovich shared a photo on his Twitter account saying that they've started shooting the last episode of the show. The stars began saying how emotional everything was, but who knows, maybe by the time this video is created, they will have wrapped up filming Season 6. Oh, and before we move on to the next part, we wanted to tell you that Lucifer is going to have 10 episodes in Season 6. All of them have been named except for the last one. and here's a list of all of them. Note that many of the actors are actually directors of these episodes. Now, with that out of the way, we should talk about that long-awaited release date. We know you're waiting for it. Heck, we're waiting for it. But there's no official information about the show's release date, so we could give you a rough estimate on the date of release. Because they've managed to tape 2 shows at the same time, and they did it in record time, we're going to say December of this year. Now, that's assuming nothing goes wrong in the 9 months ahead of us. If they continue with this pace, then a release date at the end of this year is not something impossible. But not everything goes according to plan. Something always goes bust. That's why we think the most conservative date we can assign to Lucifer would be in the spring of 2022. This takes into account some of the road bumps that the studio is surely to encounter. Regardless of which scenario you like to believe, both of them are just guesses, hunches, and estimates as to what is probable to happen. Speaking about things happening in shows,
then I choose to be vulnerable around you.
If you love me.
what will it be about? First things first, this is going to be the absolute last season of the show. Adding a 7th season would just be like running in circles. The creators wanted to see where all of their characters would end up, so another season is not even going to be considered. As for the storyline, some have stated that the season will be all about the deep love relationship between Maze and Lucifer. If you remember correctly, Maze was fighting against Lucifer in the last season. This was because Lucifer had lied to her from day one. During one recent interview, Lesley-Ann Brandt told us that Lucifer and Maze will only strengthen their friendship. She then added, they always are there in the moments that they truly need each other, and you'll see that in Season 6. And no, to all of you who are thinking that they will have some sort of love triangle going on, this is not going to end up like in the comics. The relationships they have on the show is purely platonic, and we'd like it to remain that way. Now, the one thing that we definitely want to ask the creators to make is a final fight to end all fights. We want to see the gang fighting demons in hell, killing everyone that stands in their path. Basically, we want to see an epic tale of bloodshed and killing for the season's ending. Oh, and please make it so that Lucifer and Chloe end up together. But don't take them in hell. We'd like to see them living a good life in LA. Other than that, there's not much we could say. We don't have any additional info about the contents of those scripts, so your guesses are just as good as ours. On a related note, we wanted to know what you think will happen in Season 6. Will Lucifer return to hell with Chloe? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.